45 minutes left in the trading session. Let's get a quick look at how things stand at this point. Welcome back to the close. 0.4% for the S&P, 0.3 for the Dow right now, 0.25% for the NASDAQ, back in positive territory. If you remember when last we spoke, we had a little bit of negative action going on up here, but good to see everything back to the upside. Elsewhere, Brazil nicely higher on the day, 1.7%. You can see cryptos at the bottom there, also in positive territory. Lots to discuss, guys, heading into the last 45 minutes of the day.
You're tearing me apart, Zila. I can actually use that one today because I don't have the long at $3 break on Zila. And also 265, good level as well. This one is going to be firmly in play. I mean, it has been for the last couple of sessions, but making a bit of a break. There was this great bottom at 65 here, but then the 3 even break that we missed out. Just talking in the chat here, this 325, I was kind of looking to see. And look, I'm not betting it. I don't want anyone this long, I want this to go up for you guys. That's great. I'm just kind of hoping that if it pulls back, gives us an entry point, maybe back around that 285 to 3 cluster there. I'm still going to be watching that new egg as well. And then I got back into DTST here. We actually have to refresh. Got to get in and out of position one time. This DTST trade was not a good one for me in the morning. We bought a dip way too early, ended up being a loss. We didn't hang on to it, thank goodness, but double bottom here off of 9 and a higher low off of 950. I'm playing off the 950 long at 980, and go England, it's still 0-0. They need to get their butts in gear because you can't be losing to the day. I mean, look, Denmark, fantastic to be here, but we need to get this win so we can meet Italy in the final, Sean.
Yep, and hopefully, I mean, that would be a great final for sure. In Wembley, it seems a little unfair, but no, I'm just already making excuses. Okay, so there we go. Just to let you guys know, we did take this AMC trade, and honestly, no word of a lie. I went to go, you can even see, like, I went to go refill my coffee. See if he's pretty full. Don't want to tip it over all my stuff there. And we put an order at 43.36, just ahead of VWAP. Like, I don't know why I didn't choose 43.35 or 45.35, and we would have been out of it just for 25 cents. But right now we're watching this AMC trade. We've been trading it pretty good today, just going longs, long there, long at VWAP again. That trade got busted as we were waiting. I was trying to see if we could go the hallway. That got busted there, and then now we're back into these double longs again, trusting that we are going to break VWAP and then start to head a little bit higher. So I do like this AMC trade. Our last bid was filled at 44.80. So you can join me on this one. And then I'm just going to basically, let me see if I can pull this up a little bit so you can see the volume when I'm talking. There it is. So I'm going to try to play this. I mean, I don't even want to worry about this 44 break because I don't even want to get down there, but that's an area of concern for me. But if we're going to worry about 44, then we might as well worry about the very bottom of the day. So I think we're going to hold this one. No more averages in until about this 44 level. So if it does fall back in, we will wait for AMC to get to this bottom spot, and then we'll worry about what to do after that. And hopefully all is good. I did want to look at Dare as well. So that was another name that's moving here. And I think we got to do this kind of, come on. We got to look at these kind of stocks as we go here for the afternoon because we're trying to find some runners. And again, so we've already been upside, so that's why I like this name, because I think if we can break again, we can retest at least this consolidation area of 236. So that's why I'm looking. It's too bad because when I first called these charts up, trying to get ready for this part of the show, we were starting to make that move down. I did like some of these breaks, 205, 206. I mean, now we're still 15 cents away from that. If you want to be real conservative, we'll look at this 210. This was the number that I was looking at, 212. But again, I don't know if we can get there. Like, I know there's 40 minutes left, so anything can happen. Maybe it's worth buying some of these bottoms here, 177. So if we can get some dips into here, 185, 186, we'll put on a Dare bid. So bidding in the middle here, 185, 186 on Dare. Just going to use the bottom as our breaking spot. And then I do like more shares. I'm always, we're always going to put on our maximum positions on breakouts at the end of the day. Not maximum positions, but as in, shares that we're really trying to push through. So on that break, that'll be that trade. But for now, Dare, 185. How dare you come down there? But if you do, I will be getting filled at 185.
How dare you? I like it. It's all about the pun game around here.
No man shall cross this. Or no man shall pass, right, Neil? Was that what it was?
Nobody can cross.
Nobody can cross this.
It's only who can understand it. That's if you haven't seen that video, it's a hilarious one. Of course, if you know Jamaican patois, that's where it comes from. I didn't trade this. Well, I did trade it one time, but I missed the big parabolic move on VRPX. And I do want to come to it because it was talked about in the morning show. We went over it, but I like what's going on here. I mean, it's had a couple of spikes before, but you go into yesterday's action, maybe even the last couple of sessions, and you zone in on this $5 level. Some fail breaks after the initial breakthrough at that 5, and then all kinds of resistance yesterday's action, pulling back and holding 450. So you come in today, parabolic move, reverse at 8, miss that entire move. It bounces a couple of times through 5 even, but barely through 5 even. Now, candidly, I had a 550 long here that we took along in front of that first 550 dip, but was waiting to see what happened for this power hour trade. Breaks 5, holds. Breaks at 5, holds above again. So
I mean, we just took $1 on neg right there. Sorry to interrupt you, Neil, but this is going absolutely insane.
It's
going to halt.
Again?
It's going to halt. So I'm already long on neg, and I just want to bring that to everyone's attention. No disrespect there, but it just broke through 75. Okay, there it goes. So it does not halt. So that should have been a good spot to get out. Of course, I was talking about it thinking it was going to halt, but there it is. So here comes right back to the downside. That fake halt there, we've already took out 2/3 on for $1 clean. We take 75.60. We get out literally at 76.80, so more than $1. Here it goes. Yes, sir. Bang with neg. We withhold that. Let's go to the upside. 78 now coming through. We're long 75. I know it's not a monster trade, but we'll take $3 right now on neg as we go to the upside now. Don't nag me, guys. We're going to the upside here with Newegg. No idea why I'm $3 in the money, but we'll take it. A stock just does not stop here. Newegg, Neil. You may want to look at this because you're crushing it in the morning. It's going to halt at some point.
That fake out halt trade, what Sean's describing, that's an important look, man. Like a lot of times, I've been burned on that fake out halt where I think it's about to go into a halt, and then I'll get into a trade, and then you'll actually see in that 15 seconds, it's able to sort of move past. So keep in mind, it's like, these halt windows are time and movement based, of course. So if you get to that halt price, if it holds at that price level long enough, once it extends past like that 5-minute mark or whatever it might be for the move, suddenly it can trade hard. That's exactly what happened here. Now, there was no halt, so I'm not going to be getting into it, but this has been strong like a bull. I did try a short off a downward halt here at $58, but you got to watch back for this 65 cluster. If it reverses here, I think there's going to be another chance to enter a trade off of 65. It is ridiculously strong, Newegg, despite having the top earlier. I talked all about that this morning. I got out at the top and then was able to get back in another short. I want to see it halt to the upside. I think I've only been trading this based on those halts with a couple of very clear exceptions. In Power Hour, a totally different story here. Newegg, there hasn't been a stronger stock in this one today, at least that I can find. That VRPX came all the way back down. Brendo?
All right, just going over some of the Fed meeting minutes, guys. We talked about it. If you joined us this morning, we were discussing it in depth, what was going to happen at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So we can have a look at the SPY here, just the ETF for the overall S&P. We got that volume spike at 2 o'clock when they came out. Overall, this ends up being a bit of a non-event. They discussed why there was inflation, why they thought there was inflation. Really no change as far as month over month or from the last meeting is concerned. With these minutes. So that's why we're seeing a little bit of positivity. Nothing out of the ordinary that I can tell from, guys.
Okay. I just noticing some resistance upside there. Yeah, so that's good. I saw the Fed minutes affecting gold a little bit there. Okay, so upside there, 78, 78.50. We did stop at 79, and we did have a little bit of top here at 77.50 or so. So it's going to be hard to pick levels. I mean, you're talking about dollars, not pennies at this point. So yeah, all the way to the downside, we could break this. So I think the only out that I really have to worry about is a 70 break. We already are offering upside right now, 78, 77.50 in case we get that, but looks like it's going to turn right back around here. So, it doesn't always go up, I guess, heading into the close here. We'll see how far neg can make its moves now. We are about back to flat on the trade because, again, we're holding only a third left. So let's see where we go. If it keeps going, man, I mean, who knows where this name could go from now, but neg, we're going to get out 77.50. And then if we could take out 80 then on the top side, that would be probably the next long. But again, the best bet may be to wait for something like a halt again to get into this one because liquidity very, very sparse on here and very hard to measure up your risk.
Yeah, that's the thing. Liquidity sparse. Those halt events give you excess liquidity. This has not halted BTU, guys, but another potential breakout. Look, we're going to trade stocks and look at stock that is actually moving in the afternoon. So I would have loved to be looking at tech. post-Fed meeting minutes, but you're not seeing a fantastic or a big move in the overall market, so I don't think we're going to get that opportunity. But BTU just breaking out through this 1035. Here's that high. This is a very linear move. I stay away from those if you're ever shorting. That's a bit of a tidbit for you guys. Stay away from trying to pick tops on very, very linear moves. Look for that parabolic overextension. Now you're breaking out through 1035 and get this little cluster above here on that BTU. It's also breaking out past this 980 as well. So a couple of bullish signs there for BTU. If you want to be able to hold above that 35 range, I like it for a tight stop trade, but I also love the idea of bouncing off of VWAP here. So you might see me take a couple of cracks at this one. I can tell you that VRPX basically flat, but DTST keeps going 20 to 30 cents in the money. I might scalp some out next time, but can't seem to go any further than that $10 range. I'm long here at 980 a couple of times, but I like this setup, sort of clustering here in BTU. If it breaks, let's call it like 1035, 1025. I'll just cover, look for a bit of a better dip buy, but I love the look on the breakout on BTU, getting a little bit more parabolic at this top. And then you saw the breakout on the daily chart, which gives confirmation. And neg, I was kind of hoping it would dip down to like 65, but I guess it's too strong to do that.
Yeah, we got out there at the 70 break, and then it comes right back in, so we got back in again. So now you're going to see our long at 70.56. Man, this is fun to trade this name, so we'll wait to see. It's crazy fun. We'll see how far this goes now that we go back into the money, another dollar off our 70.50. You can see that's our price right now. So there's 71.73. I mean, it depends if you're looking at bid or ask right now. So I'm going to hold this until we get to the bottom. If not, we'll get out if we do break that 69 one more time. But there you go. We did get out. Actually, looks like we got out at 70.30 or so the first time around, so that's not a bad price to get out at, but then we buy it back in basically at the same price, and now it goes back $2 back into the money. So we'll see if we can have a little bit of these this time and hold it, but again, we're only going to give it, 68, 69, so that's not diamond hands by any stretch of imagination. So we're going to wait for that one. It's sad to see DraftKings go back to the downside because I wasn't able, and not able, I mean, I was very able to do it, just never did it. We talked about getting some out there at this 52 level again. How many times are we going to see this where we come back up and then we just fade in? So this 52, we should have, there's a lot of cluster here, 55, 56-ish. That should have been a good out there, 53s, but now, unfortunately, holding the bag, not holding the bag, I mean, I'm long down here, but down to 49 and change, not a good spot here for DraftKings, so look out below for DraftKings as well. And then, unfortunately, we all know about Palantir today. I haven't made one trade on this name yet, so down to 23. I don't know, man. It was getting really, that's a daily chart. It was getting really testy down here when we broke 23. I was like, uh-oh, watch out. But we have built it back a little bit. Nice to see. This is the one thing I'm going to, there we go. Now neg is going. Nice to see this bounce back. Look at the action in Palantir. Look at the action in NASDAQ. So completely the opposite way. That's the key there for me anyways on Palantir, just to see that kind of love back when it had every opportunity to keep going down. So that's a good sign. We will take Palantir right here on this break. Still needs to go though. 23.20 I like on Palantir, and better paying up than paying down for this name.
Exactly. Sometimes you got to pay up. It's not always about buying at the absolute lows. Forget about that. Not everyone's going to get them. Same thing with the DTST. Oh my goodness. Like, I don't think I've said this ticker symbol right the first time all day long. So before the end of the show, I'm going to get it right one time. But this 980 level, it's going to be a higher low, another higher low. We're talking about 9 even. You talk about 950 that we're using as a stop here. And then this is literally rinse and repeating 980 into 10. Well, 1015 the first time. This time 1010. Just getting out on that round number. So a couple of quick scalp trades like 30 cents, 25 pennies here. I still want to hold a core position to break back up towards this 1075 level. So if I can catch 80 pennies or so on this trade, I'll be pretty happy to do so. We got 30 minutes left for it to happen. This was not a great one to the long side. We tried to dip by here at that 12 earlier on and took a hit on that. Now we're looking for a bit of a reversal in the trend. At least hopefully that's what we're trying to get here. That BTU, still in the midst of trying to make that secondary breakout. I just like the fact that it immediately clustered off that 1035, right? So you get a parabolic move up and it doesn't flood reverse, and you're thinking bullish after we looked at that daily chart breakout. And okay, now we're through 1050 again. So there's no obvious levels here. I mean, the 10 3/4, you're gonna have guessed it. I'm gonna put an offer in front of the 3/4. Yeah, because I pretty much am always going to do that, guys. So I want to see this one extend. We do have time working against us for all of the long trades that I have on. I don't really have a short. short, but like I'd be willing to short neg at the close. It's not as safe well, at least in my experience, it's not necessarily safe trying these types of shorts that I was doing earlier on right at the end of the day. There's not as much time for the correction. There's a little bit more panicking, and at the end of the day, anybody that is short and thinking they have to cover before 4 o'clock, so there is a different level of risk. So you wouldn't have seen me jump into that trade there. Maybe off of an 80, it would have been worth it, but I wasn't able to see that. I was looking more at that failed halt trade around that 76, 77, and it's a little bit risky to be putting that one on there. It just looks incredibly bullish. The pullback wasn't as deep as I thought for the dip buy, but this is one you have to have on your radar going into the end of the day. And then VRPX is what happens when one of these fails to extend through. You get those multiple halts up, you get the halt to the downside, and then it's been falling ever since. I'm just simply playing this long off 5 holding. Now, if it doesn't start going, obviously you don't want to trade a stock that moves, but even a small move here gets you right into like 550 on a 515 long, and if it breaks, this could really start to go.
Neil, people are saying Denmark goal. I mean, if England can't lose
my
this
feed is way behind.
at
Come
Wembley,
on,
it's
man.
probably a lie, guys. They said that to me yesterday. I don't know. Okay, neg right now, 70. I told you, Neil, that's why
joke.
you can't watch it. We love our fans, but they're watching cable. We're watching streaming, which could be a problem for us. Okay, so neg now, $3 in the money. We said we'd try to hold this as much as we can. I still want to try to go to the upside on this name, so we're going to try to do that for you guys up to 77, 78. Let's see if it retests again. I mean, looking at a chart like this, there's the dip, you know, in and in. There's the out. We're back in. We're now well in the money on this trade for combining both of these. It's just, it did wick out there again at 75. So I'm wondering if we should just take the $5 winner. It's not there anymore, but if it does come back, that's the possibility. But again, I think we could push. It's really just this red candle that screwed everything up. Otherwise, they tried to get it back. Then you have that big one that we got dumped on. So now we're battling with neg. And look, we're going to get out if we break down below. So that's a trade that we're looking at there. Whoa. Another trade that I liked temporarily. Did they score? I don't know. I think people are saying
I still haven't seen. There's a free kick happening right now on my feed because it's way behind.
Right.
So I'm sure I'm about to see a goal by Denmark.
Boo.
It's a trading show. Zila just
ahead.
pulled back to $3 here, guys. Sorry, 305. So we're looking at. I wanted to dip buy here. Obviously, 285 would have been good, but it's a bit of a move right into that previous $3 breakout price. Well, I am long now at 306. Yeah, I just saw it.
Sorry about that. Okay, we'll take a sip of coffee. I think it'd still be okay. I had a bet yesterday, both teams to score, and it was 1-1. So that turned out to be good. Okay, here goes neg now. Back to 75. So let's see where we go here. I think a 78 is a good one, man. We could take a $7, $8 winner on this name if it goes. So here goes neg. We'll try it one more time to the upside now. This is $5 in the money, man. I'm debating taking this out right now and just see where we go. So let's wait to see if it wants to continue to go to the high side. It fails at 75 one more time there, guys. So yeah, that's a problem. This level right here, 76.22. 77 maybe is a decent out, and then if we break higher, yeah, let's do that. Let's go 77. The stock I want to talk about quickly was DD again, because we're long off VWAP here, so let's wait to see what happens here with DD off some of these longs. We'll wait on this, and then give it back to like 70, 75 or so for DD. So we'll wait on that one, but neg, looks like we should probably get this out around right here, guys. 76, 77 is a good trade.
Yeah, it's a great trade on neg. And this is the thing. We talked about this with these parabolic movers. I get it. It's not going to always be for everybody to trade a stock as this volatile. But opportunity is opportunity. And we're going to see what we see for opportunities there. And then you can learn from it as you like. Brennan, what you got for us there, buddy?
Just looking at Snapchat, guys. A couple of people mentioning this one today down was 5%. A bit of a bounce here. But big pullback. This has been on quite the run from 50 to 70, remember. So a bit of a pullback here, 5% today for Snapchat. There was an outage reported in their service a little bit earlier today, but it was quickly resolved. So not much otherwise for news, guys. Down 5% for Snap.
Okay, we're going to take another opportunity right now to ring the Reggie on this one as we'll get some money out of our AMC trade right now. So it comes right back to that same level that we bought. So that means that the average in is good there. So we'll take it out at that same level and roll with this. So now let's wait to see what we go on the upside there. And just to update it, we did, again, we did take out that neg. So we took it out right there, like we said, 75.50. It's showing about roughly, depending on the shares that I'm trading, it's about $3 to $4 we took on this move, and then we got out there just in total, because this move back is a 70.50, out 75.50, so that's $5. Right here we took about $1.80 on that part, and then we gave some back. So long 75, and then we gave back that $4. So that cancels that plus the $5. So whatever it shows at the bottom, whatever we're up there in penny wise is what it is. So about $4 or $5 according to the net. So that's good.
Guys, I just saw something in the chat there. Someone saying, watch out for a fake Brennan account. I can tell you there have been there's been fake Twitter accounts for all of us. None of us will ever DM you guys selling anything or pushing anything. That's not what we're about. So if you see that, please report it. They crop up all the time. Thank you guys for policing this in the community. There's only so much Twitter wants to do about it. And we don't want anyone getting scammed because that's not what we're about here, guys. I hate when it happens. And yeah, you can say it's flattering to a certain degree. Like, maybe it is. I just hate the fact that anybody could ever get scammed by nonsense. We're not DMing you to sell any crap out there. To get back to stock trading for a quick second, Neg, off of this 75, I mean, call it like 76, really, though. This is the second time it's come off this level. It does feel like it could be a short here, but I'm telling you, I only want this like heavily breaking down or breaking up and retesting the high of the day. I'm not going to play the middle while it's this bullish. Yes, I've had a lot of success with it today, but picking your spots is very, very key if you're going to be counter trend in one of the biggest parabolic mover of the day, I should say, because it obviously is. I just want to come to Tesla. It was a good level this morning. I like that 635 area. It want to be key if we can hold above here. Now, we didn't get any crazy movement in the overall market, so some stability, I suppose, could be coming in. Post, the Fed minutes coming through, not really crushing anything, but Tesla has been under some pressure. And I want to see that 635 level hold. It's a key one, certainly for tomorrow's trade. And I will likely be rinsing and repeating in DST. Oh my God, I said I would get it right one of these times. It's not going to be this time. DTST.
Yeah.
Before the end of this show, I'm going to say it right.
You did it right there.
Off this 980, I'm going to go long again off this 980 level. I'm going to have to take it probably at 85s here. Last couple of times, I was literally able to get 980 and then play the inside of this range and scalp 20 to 25 cents. 30 was the best I got, and then hold that core position long on DTST.
Why? Okay, so why is everybody always talking about SNDL? I mean, maybe this is why. A beautiful move to the upside right now. Is this happening in the marijuana space, or is this just SNDL? Let's go over to CGC and have a quick look. So CGC down. So why is SNDL like this? Is this another Wall Street Bets name? Maybe it is. We do like this name around the $1 mark. Every time it turns 1, we get a little bit of a bump up anyways. And SNDL, you know what, to be honest with you, I mean, obviously we can look back here and say, oh, well, the bottom is 10 cents or 18 cents, but it does have these capabilities. It's like that Tilray, man, where it has an opportunity to go when it gets going. So, 62 cents, not a bad bottom there, but I can't play this into the close. It just seems to be a little bit too much on SNDL. But again, this is what it looks like, 130 million shares. Congratulations, anybody on that name for sure. We still hold our Morgan. Yeah, I see that news on AMD. Look, I was talking about AMD earlier with you guys a little bit. We're still on the Morgan Stanley short, although it's come back. Oh, shoot. I was not expecting this kind of a move to the downside. I can't show this chart, darn it. AMD, what's NEG doing, by the way? It started going up more. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with AMD here. Our daily's not great. Look at this. We were talking about pairing some off, and I did it, which is ridiculous. We've been up here too many times now, like 1, 2, 3, and then now again is 4 times. I don't know why we were waiting for that break. This would have been a great opportunity to take out some 25, 50% of your position right there. So now we have to wait for AMD. Do I think this is a good dip buy? No, I do not. We may have a change now in direction here for some of the NASDAQ. As even though we're still up today, AMD could still easily come back to this 50 period, which is 83 and change. So damn it, I'm a little bit upset at myself over that one. Brendo?
Yeah, decent volume there on that sundial, guys. Just having a look. Remember, we were talking this morning. There was a couple of positive notes from analysts on the entire group this morning, as well as they secured some more financing. So 350 million for sundial, guys. So a little bit of a positive catalyst for this one anyways, but quite the reversal here. Volume still coming in at day highs.
And it's worth keeping in mind, like in Sundial, you guys, you're watching the show long enough, you know, I like to short this stock, especially around that $1 range. But it has been trying to break back. It had that crazy squeeze, and this was, of course, closer to the beginning of the year when you had all of the meme plays going on. But you watch out for that short interest. I do think the last time it got to a buck, look at all the barcoding just around that same price. So, you know, tomorrow, it might be a tomorrow trade. I don't know if we can actually get there today with only 20 minutes left to go, but I'll certainly have a look at it. I did reload in DTST. See what I did there? I got it right. England can't get it right because they can't score a goal.
Apparently they did.
They had a good chance. Just what? I haven't seen it yet.
No.
We'll celebrate anyways. I don't care. I'll celebrate it. We'll do, I don't know, power it up, baby. I haven't seen the goal, but go England. I will be looking at Sundial at $1 100%. You can guarantee that. I always do. So I don't have to short every single time at a buck. It's just a key level. That neg is going to be, look, this is going to be a trade for the rest of the day, and apologies, I don't really apologize for us covering this, 180% to the upside. And potentially trying to close on the highs at an 80 high for Newegg it's crazy, it's insane. We're here anyways. The chance at a rollover, though, is still pretty solid. It just has not really tested to that 80 level. I mean, it just got to like 78 with a bit of reversal. At some point, I'm going to stick my foot in the water again on this stock and maybe give it a shot short in front of this 80 level. We're running out of time to do that very, very safely. DTST is running out of time to go. I can tell you Zila on the pullback. That's the other one I liked. We dipped into 306. The only good thing about it is it's been the bottom of the move, but it can't get up to that 315 level. So, I mean, it's only giving you like 5-10 cents at a time. At some point, I might just have to take off 5 pennies on this. I just complained about it. My order, you saw it, my order's sitting there. I'm like, it can't get to 314. And then it spikes and gives me a fill. So there we go. I guess I should hit a key for that one. Zila, I missed a 3 break, and it gives you a pullback. We catch that one at 306. We're able to get some at 314 there. I'm only now seeing the England goal, and you better believe it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Sterling, as always, he's the man. We get the Zila trade finally, despite missing the breakout trade. How far behind am I on my feed that I'm only seeing it now? Just means I can celebrate twice, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling you about. You got to watch out for that feed.
It's horrible.
Okay, all the way down and all the way back up. So, I mean, not all the way back up, but we'll wait to see what NEO does here. I actually like this break of 46.50. So we've returned from 45.80 all the way back. It's a horrible day for NEO shareholders, but it's almost time to buy, I think, some NEO anyways. We can come back down. Someone asked earlier on today on the show, when do you start to buy NEO off these kind of drops? And I was sort of indicating in this area, 43, 44, where you had some consolidation again, and then, you know, look, I mean, we're always going to get crazy dip downs. I mean, if you buy at 44 and you average back in at 36, 37, you're going to get your average price right here in the middle of 40. So I don't think that's a horrible spot if you want to get in. I'm going to put my money in now, 46.50 if it goes. Right now we're 3 for 3, everything working. We got out of that neg, actually pretty good, 75.80. What's up, Brendan?
And a little one just starting to go, or not starting to, but making moves into the close, guys. KBSF up 21%, just broke $5 on a monster volume spike. Recent highs being tested here. Nothing significant on the news end of things. This thing was doing absolutely nothing all day and then started to squeeze up a little bit. Very, very teeny tiny little float on this one, so tread lightly, guys.
I didn't know. I just want to address something here because I didn't know NEO Day was this Friday. Like that almost. Oh, I'm on neg here. That almost makes me think. Where is NEO? That almost makes me think that this move. Yeah. Why did this happen? I mean, maybe people know a little bit of something. Maybe there's some profit taking coming out here. So I will have to do. Maybe tonight I'll do a little bit more work into this and see what's going on and look at the chart from last year. I mean, we could do that right now. Look at the chart. What was happening last year? If you guys know the exact date of NEO Day last year, I'll do that right here live. So. If it was mid-July, I can look that up. No problem. So we'll see what NEO does into that. But that's an interesting thing because I know the same thing happens with Apple's worldwide conference as well. There's always a little bit of a bump up going into that. And if that happens this Friday, then I think we'll probably look strong long tomorrow, right? So remember that there is that crackdown on China. So we do have names like, thanks to Brendan for that. We do have names like Alibaba testing basically lows here, which is unbelievable. I think this is a beautiful buy downside. We did miss our AMC out. Believe it or not, we are at 45.30. We lowered it from 45.36 to 45.30. We got as high as 25 there. So we should have took that profit out. But I'm interested in that NEO, guys. NEO Day was January 2021. Yeah, okay. I mean, some people, so January 2021 is not now. NEO Day now is July 9th. Okay, I'm just going to do work before I go into it. I'm going to figure this out tonight, and we'll come back with some NEO trades tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because NEO's coming into like what could be a support level of the 44, 45 range. I can tell you Zila's still on the move. Good thing we scalped some of that DTST out because it is now testing down to that 950 level. But Zila, it's a good looking chart. It's now testing towards the high. It's 345, so I will tell you, we got to be flat at the end of the day. And I do have a feeling that this could put in a lower high. And if that's going to be the case, I want to see if I can just cover at that 325 mark. Look, it's a failed break through the quarter. That's essentially what we're looking at here. And if I can get a shot, oh my goodness. I just offered, like, give me a break. Like, I just offered that 23 level, and you can see it pull back right there. We'll see if we still can't get a fill in around that price. I'm probably not going to get 23s, but, you know, sort of coming into the end of the day, fail break at that 25. Do I still think it can be bullish? I like the dip buy, but with only 15 minutes to go, got to start trimming some of these positions off. And I did say that VRPX, which, you know, pain in the butt. It's not going to get going anywhere here. If it hasn't moved by 350, I'll probably just cover this one flat. I want to give it some time to be able to go. It's holding support. You know, it's just, this is one of those where it might make that 4 o'clock move, and unless you're, I'd say, like holding overnight and covering in the pre-market tomorrow on a potential gap up to like a 6 area, often even if it does that, these tend to retrace, so you can hold that overnight, and unless you're getting out in the pre-market, you're not really making too much of a return. That could be the play, and there's not much we can do about it in the day trading account, so I have it on for now. It's not against me, it ain't for me, it's going nowhere, probably gonna have to cover it. Just need that Zila to get up a couple of pennies, and I'll get that win out.
So we just randomly picked the GOAT, 45.23. And hopefully you know what sport I'm talking about there. So we randomly picked a level, 45.23. I hope you know why that's significant for GOAT status. Put it in the chat if you do know what that is. It's not as obvious maybe as you guys think. 45.21.
Yes, it is.
Maybe for us. I don't know. I don't know for these guys. We'll see what it is. Okay, so yeah, Jordan, but you have to know why it's significant. The 45.23. Okay, so
come on, people. You guys can get this one. You guys know this.
I'm just saying MJ, but why? Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, forget it. I'll discuss it. Someone will get it anyways. 45 wins by 23 years old. Tiger. Oh, is that true? I don't think so, but okay.
Jaeger bomb got it.
There we go. What is it? Where is it? Where is it?
His second number. There you go.
Yeah, okay, you got it. Yeah, the baseball, the 42nd number. There it is right there. Yeah, 45, his brother's jersey number. Good. It's not his brother. No, that doesn't matter. Okay, we'll move on. But yeah, 45-23, 2 jerseys that Michael Jordan's worn. So with the Wizards, remember the Washington Wizards, how he took that team to fame and fortune? Okay, we'll pass on that. Okay, 45.30, we'll wait on that upside. So, okay, that's that. DD's starting to move a little bit. NEO Day it's called Power Day this time. It is July 9th. They're going to be focusing on batteries and some of their charging and some of that stuff. So we will look at that. AMC trying to go, man. That's the one last thing. And we're going to talk about imbalances. Quick time here for Toronto. We'll see if there's anything with an M on it. And there is not. There is just Enbridge, the biggest and baddest stock in the whole index, in my opinion. Enbridge going upside. And then look at this. Bank. Buy. Bank is MFC. Well, you guys know MFC, Manulife, mutual funds, in insurance. Royal Bank, Bank of Nova Scotia buys. Other than that, I mean, these are all small. Let's just see if it did anything to the 1 minute chart here of a stock like a BNS already at all-time highs. You could see not much. There's 340, so it gives it a little bit of a bump up, about a dime. So nothing too interesting here on Toronto. We'll wait for 2 more minutes, and then we'll get the NYSE and NASDAQ imbalances, which should spike something. That's part of the reason why we're holding both DD and AMC, both very, very capable of being on that list.
Yeah, I'll fist bump to that one. I did get out of Zila. I finally got that fill. I actually paid down. It ends up moving right back into that 23, so I probably would have got the fill. I take it out at that 20 mark. With only 10 minutes to go, you got to take the profit here. I just feel like it's running out of steam to make that top end break at the end of the day. It might be a 4 o'clock type of thing. Bradley Taylor, I do have family in England. I have family in Leicester City. I am not a distant relative, but Emil Heskey was my cousin. He played for Liverpool and he played for England. Fantastic striker, by the way. So I'm a Liverpool fan, Leicester City as well, and I always support England because, well, quite frankly, the Canadian men's team, I don't know. Have they done anything ever? I couldn't answer that question. I love Canada, don't get me wrong. It's just Do we even have a national? No, I'm joking. We do have one. One of the guys in our high school, Sean, actually played for the Canadian national
We're
team.
actually going to make the World Cup.
Premiership. What?
Trust.
Okay, so I feel like I've never noticed to be any good, but Ian Hume we went to high school with, and he played in the Premiership, and he played for Team Canada, but I'm an England fan.
Okay, so here it is. I found a little bit. I mean, I know. Am I even allowed to show this? I don't know. So here's Jordan here. Just I found somebody that talked about this. The untold story. So there's 45-23. There we go. Looking pretty young there. So there's Jordan, and that's what we're talking about. So, okay, forget it. Is this a trading show or what? But we're having some fun here. So let's wait to see. Only a couple more minutes to go, and then we'll wait to see what happens with this AMC bid. Palantir still struggling at that 23 level. That could have a bid on it as well. We'll see that come through. DD's not doing too much. SNDL's making that run. Your Zila's going upside as well. NEG falls all the way back down. I'm just trying to cover some names that maybe you guys are looking at now. A NEG, good trade here for me, man. Well, we're happy with that. Thank God that happened, because if I was still holding this, I'd be pretty upset right now, giving up some of that money, especially at the end of the day. So we'll wait for that. And you guys want to watch it live here? Let's just watch it live. Here comes the imbalance locator. So it's not out yet. These are all going to update in about 4 or 5 seconds. So just ignore all of this. Some of this is left over. And there it is. So there it is. So Vale, DD, I'm long, right? Yeah, so DD comes out as a buy. Okay, DD, I see you now. So now we're getting a little bit excited. Is my chart frozen? No, it's not. As that bumps DD up a whopping 5 cents to the upside for DD there as it continues to go. So we'll wait to that. Ooh, someone said Apple. Let's see. There's a nice little wick down on Apple. So as you can see, these imbalances do affect it, guys. 144.60 down to 144.30. It's just 30 cents. But do you know what 30 cents of a move is in Apple? That's like $8 trillion worth of market cap.
Exactly. Hey man, a move is a move, and like I was wrong about Zila making that move to the high of the day. You're going to see it still go. So the dip buy is still pretty good. The breakout trade was even better. So congratulations to everybody that was all over this bad boy. First, of course, at VWAP, I'm pretty sure some of you guys got that. And then that 3 even break, that's a good one. DTST not moving, so it's a good thing we scalped out of it. And I had to cover that VRPX for a 2-cent hit because it was simply not going anywhere. But Zila is going to be front of the mind. I will say this: someone's asking about like swing ideas. I like this VRPX just the way it sets up here, because you do have that sort of break back up, and then you're taking I apologize for some of these wicks here, they're kind of ugly, but this break back above that $5 range and maybe holding this 5 even. The one thing I will say is it's so much better if you actually have access to pre-market trading, because if you get a gap into the 6 even area, you'll have like that 10, 15, 20% type of win idea off that 5 or even off that 450. But you want to be able to cover it, because sometimes it's very often you'll see it sell right off in the pre-market, and then you have to make a tough decision at the open. So hopefully you have pre-market trading access if you're able to take something like this, especially in these small caps. It's not as much of a concern when you're dealing with I hate the term more legitimate stock, but a bigger name, a bigger market cap name. You're not concerned with it as much. But with these parabolic, like weekly moves or 3 or 4 day type runners, whatever they might be, you want access to the pre-market when you're holding it after a deep pullback like this, because if it does gap up, there will be sellers in the pre-market almost every single time, putting you to the test, and you want to have the ability to be involved.
I know you're out of that Zila, but it still is going apparently, as everybody talking about that one. Yeah, there goes Zila right back to the top. So again, if you're any stock that's testing tops at the end of the day, I think is probably worthy of a swing trade. We talked about Clover yesterday for the swing, and it worked beautifully off the open because we were long down here at 10, and you're able to cash in for that about 8, 9, 10%, depending on when you got it. If you got it right off the open, then you only had that 5 or 6%, let alone this monster drop. You may have made nothing if you tick this out late. So yeah, that again, big call early. Now you're down on this name, and I don't like Clover whatsoever anymore, as we've tried. It tried, man. It tried to withstand that 50 period. Now you're breaking down lower. We'll see. I think you'll see Clover back at $8 at some point anyways. So I hate to say that, because I know there's a lot of traders looking at Clover, but that's just where I think it may be going. DD, just to give you guys an update there, long. So this has been a good trade here at the close. We took this rate live with you guys. I mean, the show starts at 3:15, so there it is, bang, out for 8 cents or so off that bottom. I guess it's less than that, 6 cents again, 8 cents there, and now we start to rip upside with an 11-cent whopping winner here for DD. Where are we going to cover this? Nobody knows. Maybe Brendan knows. What's up, Brendan?
Just looking at some of the banks, guys, we did note that they came back to the upside after a little bit of a dip this morning. We're back in positive territory for this one. JP Morgan, very, very tight consolidation here heading into the end of the day. It's worth noting nothing significant this week, really, as far as earnings are considered. But starting next week on the 13th, in fact, JP Morgan's going to be one of the first of the big banks to report earnings. So earnings to come once again starting next week. Somebody was mentioning Starbucks as well. I double checked. They're the end of the month, but big move today for Starbucks, guys.
Big move and $2 away from 119. You look at that top they got to in April. So Starbucks, shout out Valeria, who is single-handedly bringing that stock to all-time highs. Trust me when I tell you, she's got the greatest drink order of all time. We should do that.
But it's not that expensive. It needs to be like a triple frappuccino, whatever, so you can get up to like $14. I think yours is just a straight coffee with a bunch of shots in there, right, V? Sometimes, okay. I can't get anything out of her today. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so good answer. Sometimes no, I've been with her before. A vanilla shot, a hazelnut shot, something like that. Maybe she can read it. You know, join us tomorrow. This is going to be the tease. Join us tomorrow at 8:30 when Valeria will disclose. Yeah, you'll disclose it tomorrow, Valeria. Let's keep them waiting on that one. Okay, by the way, there it goes. A little bit of diamond hands here into the end of the day as AMC gets me that price. So right there's a quick 50-cent win on AMC. And again, Neil and I, again, if you're watching this for the first time, thank you and welcome to the best trading show on YouTube. Find me a better one. Message me at 45.30. We have to be flat. So that's what I was trying to get at. We have to be flat at the end of the day. You know, so that's why we have to get out of these. Otherwise, I really do think, guys, and not just saying this, but I've only been long AMC today. All of these, purple would be short. So I'm only long AMC today. I still like this 43 resistance level. We talked about that on my trade of the day, which is coming up after the show. If you want to watch AMC, me trade AMC and discuss these exact levels, I'm doing that after the show. So you'll see that it's pre-recorded. So you'll find that out. Today's live trade of the day. Plus we have a video out on that as well. So you'll be able to watch that. Stay tuned for that. But I do like AMC. I mean, I'd love for it to push. I'd love for this market to be open a couple more hours. But you know, it's not. So 46, we have to get out. So we'll wait to see how high it goes. And I did, someone there, was it Dan? Someone asked me, someone that's always talking to us, oh, I can't remember who it is. Is it you, Kevin? I don't know who it was. But they said, did you look at MIPS yet? And no, I haven't, but I did notice this today on MIPS. It is basically doing this. So I'm going to find out more about MIPS. I don't know anything about this MYPS, but apparently 850 all the way down to 7 and change. That's not a very good daily chart, but this is more like what it looks like here. Consolidated at 10, broke 10, now all the way back to the downside. It does look like we maybe have a bottom here at 7, so more work to be done on MYPS.
And of course, Zila is going through the high of the day. Okay, so yeah, I got out early, but it's 3:57. I'd be covering here if I was still in it anyways, guys. I'm just looking at this one. I actually added it to my board to watch for tomorrow. Be it Blinn, that's come way back in 30% just today, but it's almost been cut in half since its 14 high. But look at this. It was a previous high. It was a previous breakout just past that 8. So this is a big time level that we can be able to play off of tomorrow and tomorrow's action. Only 3 minutes to go. We're at halftime, and we're going to Brendan.
This might have something to do with the interest in MYPS, guys, which is Play Studios. Here we go. Activision Blizzard acquiring 11.6% stake in Play Studios. So that is MYPS.
There's a stock I wish I never
But
got
it's
into.
down huge, though, today, isn't it? Let me call that up one more time there, Dan. It's Dan Roland. Yeah, we rolling, Dan. That's for sure. So I thought it was down today, wasn't it? Or was I just wrong? Let's see. MIPS.NQ today. Oh, no, it's flat on the day. Okay, so only down that 0.27, but nice little barcode area. We like it when they get, you know, if a company buys 11.6%, they're getting close. They're getting close. So we'll see if MIPS has something to do with that. Maybe there's some sort of, maybe they'll announce a blockchain partnership or an NFT partnership or a psychedelic. Who knows what they're going to get involved with? But all these companies seem to be doing something crazy at some point. So MIPS, we are just going to talk about it. But there goes DD down to 83. We're going to get out of the rest of this one as we did cover there in the 90s. Now it's coming back down again. We only have 2 minutes left. And AMC, man, we might as well just take this other trade out. We only have one red stock today, and it's on the board, man. It's DTST, and it was right off the open. We took a nice little winner early, and then we tried it, and then it failed there, and it's a very, very small loser, but this is the only losing situation you're going to see on the board for me today as we go. Lots of, Morgan Stanley, Microsoft, NEG, AMC, and DD all ready to go. So we're going to get out of AMC right now. I wish we could hold it, but we can't, guys.
By the way, when I said blend's interesting for me, I'm not talking about holding that stock. I'm simply saying is that if it opens below that 8 even area, I have 8 to like an 820 for resistance. I'm down on DTST, but thank you guys so much for that support for the super chats as well. How can we start a position and the stock moves down to a key level? Does it make start once it hits your key level instead? I actually do prefer that a lot of times. I've done it before, and you can see on DTST, and the reason I'm answering is good here because I actually took it long before it hit that level. In the afternoon, I allow it to make a bottom and then put in that higher low, and once it's held that higher low, I get in. I do find it is sometimes a safer play on a dip buy to allow it to test that level, bounce off it, and get it on the way up. I'll tell you this, sometimes if that's the only way you're willing to get into it, you will miss the trade, so you pick and choose. I do prefer it, yes, bouncing first, then trying to catch it. You don't get a better price, but you get a safer entry point a lot of times there. So thank you guys for the super chat. Another good one there. I don't know where...
I'm going to help her ring the bell.
Okay. Okay, there's a request for the bell, so we have about 20 seconds to go. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's going to be interesting. Sean's behind me. I thought Miss V was there as well. So we're going to drop the countdown for you guys here. It's at 10 and 9. I'll let you guys handle it. What? 7, 6. What are you doing over there? 4, 3, 2. I don't even know what that is, Sean. Ring it. Market is closed. What is that thing? Okay, yeah, so Sean was about to hit the bell with a metal like monitor stand, which, I don't know, could have damaged that fantastic bell that you see every single day that we try to ring for you, having a lot of fun. So we try to keep it loose around here. Market is closed. NEG down at 66. That's pretty close to that high, but Brendo, how did the markets end up?
It was a convenient monitor stand just sitting on the floor.
Why would that even be on the ground?
Here we go. 0.35 for the S&P, the Dow 0.33, the NASDAQ 0.17. Nice day, positive, back to positive territory for most things outside of, energy markets. A couple days in a row, 1.8 to the downside, guys. But what a tear energy has been on. Cryptos in positive territory as well.
And as usual, you gloss over the fact that Brazil, leading the index, is up 1.7% again. I don't know why I care about that every time.
Guys, that monitor stand, I didn't rip apart any monitors. It was just there. But there's a funny story about that bell. It's actually, one of the producers initially thought that we'd want to have something unique. So one of our assistants was from Switzerland, so she got the actual cowbell, went to Switzerland and got the bell and brought it back. So that's an authentic Swiss cowbell. So there you go. That's why it looks like that. And there's always a story behind everything. So that's why it's that bell and not the traditional bell. Stay tuned for the trade of the day on AMC. We'll be talking about that. You'll see me at the big screen. We'll talk a little bit about that, and that's going to be fun. We'll say, I don't know what the chant is for England, or else I would do it. But hopefully they can get a few more goals
Lions
there to settle down the crowd there at Wembley, probably going crazy when they were down 1-0 there. Again, football being played at Wembley. There's no better sight than that, except for an Oasis concert at Wembley would be pretty amazing. Or anybody, Beatles, but not around anymore. Okay, so enough talk about music. For our amazing team over there, thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you to you guys for running the show. That's been fantastic. Thank you to Ms. V for letting me share the spotlight on the bell. Yeah. For Neil, for Brendan, we will continue to cheer. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We got the victory yesterday with Italy. We'll say Forza Italia, and we'll go forward with that, and we'll wait for that final. But it's been a big show. Thank you so much. Cheers for Starbucks. Join us tomorrow for her order. Ciao, guys. Trader TV Live.
Bye, guys.